Make sure you get a good shot of my muscles.
This episode comes with a content warning for game footage involving hypersexualized female characters, and is not recommended for children. As always, remember that it's both possible and even necessary to be critical of the media we enjoy.
I'm not a fan of video games. I actually had to learn a lot about video games in the process of making this.
Metroid was notable as an early example of a game that employed multiple alternative endings, which could be unlocked based on the player's gaming skill and performance. If the player is able to complete the game in under 5 hours, a short cutscene will play featuring the protagonist without their armored helmet, revealing that Samus Aran is in fact a woman. So yes, Samus wasn't a damseled woman waiting at the end of the game as a trophy, rather her body itself became the prize awarded to players for a job well done. Later games in the Metroid series continued the convention of rewarding players with endings featuring Samus in various states of undress. Her body itself became the prize awarded to players for a job well done. Her body itself became the prize awarded to players for a job well done. The convention of earning access to cutscenes or ending vignettes with eroticized female bodies can be found in many titles over the past 30 years. We can trace the roots of the women as reward trope all the way back to the beginnings of the medium itself.
Hey, it's your turn next.
Oi, footpad! Ain't no room anywhere else on Olympus.
Eroticized female bodies.
Unless you've got wine or tits, get lost!
Eroticized female bodies. Easter eggs are intentionally hidden secrets or jokes which developers conceal inside of their games. Like the eggs at a children's Easter egg hunt, these secrets are usually difficult to find, but are meant to be discovered as rewards for particularly industrious gamers. Easter eggs are, of course, not inherently problematic, and gaming history is filled with examples of neat secrets that designers have hidden away for players to discover. But too frequently, Easter eggs are used as another way to reward players with women's bodies. There are so many women as reward style Easter eggs in the Metal Gear Solid series that it would take several hours to go over them all.
No problem here. Huh? Wish I had that.
Hey!
Unlockable outfits are additional costumes earned during gameplay, which allow gamers to play dress-up with player characters or party members. Alternative skins, as they're sometimes called, come in all shapes and sizes, and are typically just cosmetic changes to the character's appearance, although sometimes they add special abilities. Many unlockable costumes are cool, wacky, or bizarre, but when applied to female characters, we see a distinct pattern of revealing, hypersexualized outfits, commonly used by developers as a way to pander to an assumed straight male player base. It's important to remember that sexualization is not necessarily just about the amount of skin showing, but is instead connected to the question of whether or not a costume is eroticized for the express purpose of titillation.
Super dynamic cooking time!
This'll hurt you more than it hurts me!
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight.
Yes!
This is for real. Say your prayers. Say your prayers.
It's important to remember that sexualization is not necessarily just about the amount of skin showing, but but is instead connected to the question of whether or not a costume is eroticized for the express purpose of titillation.
We're number one! Ha! Ha! Nothing I can't handle alone.
A way to pander to an assumed straight male player base. A way to pander to an assumed These types of unlockable outfits can be especially pernicious since they often end up undermining women who are otherwise appropriately dressed for active or professional roles. These types of unlockable outfits can be especially pernicious since they often end up undermining women who are otherwise appropriately dressed for active or professional roles. The Resident Evil franchise has been particularly guilty of this over the years. Almost every major release in the series has included the women as reward trope. Jill Valentine is a high-ranking special operations agent in the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, and also the Master of Unlocking. She can be placed in sexy policewoman and sexy pirate outfits.
Let's go!
The Inquisition would disown you again if they saw you in that.
Why am I naked?
I can't wait to get back in my normal clothes.
Well, you can't. I threw them overboard.
Whoa,
You did
bitch.
what?
Claire Redfield is a member of a human rights organization that provides aid during bioterrorism incidents. She can be turned into a motorsport umbrella girl. Sherry Birkin is a U.S. government agent working with the Division of Security Operations. And here she's wearing a schoolgirl outfit. Helena Harper is a Secret Service agent and a former member of the CIA. Her unlockable costumes include another sexy policewoman,
Don't spoil all my fun.
Shiva Alamar is an agent for the Bioterrorism Security Assessment Alliance, operating in the West African branch. The tribal print bikini outfit is especially disconcerting because it combines the sexualization of a female character with the racist tradition of exotifying women of color, particularly women of African ancestry. The latest game in the series, 2015's Resident Evil Revelations 2, continues this condescending tradition by offering DLC and forces Moira into whatever the hell this is supposed to be. The developers call it an urban ninja costume. Alternative costumes for men are rarely objectifying. They're instead presented as tough guy power fantasies for other straight men to identify with. And when men are stripped down to their beachwear, it's most often meant as a lighthearted joke. Tough guy power fantasies. Alternative costumes for men are rarely objectifying. They're instead presented as tough guy power fantasies.
Keep on rolling.
They're instead presented as tough guy power fantasies.
Oh, come on, Zangief. Gross.
They're instead presented as tough guy power fantasies for other straight men to identify with.
Cut it out. You're making me blush.
When men are stripped down to their beachwear, it's most often meant as a lighthearted joke.
Ooh, got room for two?
Unfortunately, designers sometimes tie the awarding of experience points directly to sexual interactions with female characters, effectively transforming women into conduits which players can utilize to become more powerful warriors.
Glad to be with you, boss.
Since entitlement, or more specifically male entitlement, is the crux of much of what we've been discussing in this video, let's take a moment to define what male entitlement actually means. First, the word entitlement refers to the conviction that someone deserves something, that they're owed it, that they have a right to it.
It's not just for you, Mr. Entitled. I'm reading, fuckface.
Go ahead.
Shut the fuck up!
No uterus, no right to talk about it. Understand me, motherfucker? You're just a white fucking privileged, racist fucking male that doesn't stand for women's rights. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck dipshit, and get that camera out of my face, either.
What the fuck? I'm not some pretty fucking helpless princess in distress. I'm pretty fucking powerful.
You're saying women who have families are discriminated against. Women who decide to have children are discriminated against.
No, they're not discriminated against. In a bottom line business, they make it harder for themselves. It's simply a statement of fact.
Well.
Gaming can no longer be this little boys' club anymore.
Fuck you! They're fucking pigs!
Be fucking ashamed of yourself. You're fucking scum.
He's a racist scumbag! So, what you're really saying is that, not that we're trying to silence you, but that we have the audacity to try and erode the platform that our racist and misogynistic society has given to two privileged white men. What you are saying is you personally have a right to that platform, which other people are not given. That you personally should maintain hegemony over that platform. What we are saying is move the hell over. Other people deserve that platform. Other people who are not white. Who are not men and who are not of the people that you call privileged. Move over, and in order to do that, you have to create a space where those people can actually enter into that discourse. What I want to talk about, oh no thank you, is the discourse of hypocrisy.
As we've demonstrated in this episode, the Women as Reward trope is set up to fulfill a very specific male entitlement-oriented fantasy. In many cases, game creators may not even realize their mechanics are working to cement this mentality, but when games use a woman's affection, her body, or her sexuality as a carrot on a stick, they're actively encouraging men to think of women as objects, prizes, and status symbols. Engaging with these games is not going to magically transform players into raging sexists. We typically don't have a monkey-see, monkey-do direct cause and effect relationship with the media we consume. They're actively encouraging men to think of women as objects, prizes, and status symbols. We typically don't have a monkey-see, monkey-do direct cause and effect relationship with the media we consume.
As I perspire through my pigment, fire a cigarette, sire some newness, dire corners stay dim-lit, dimwit sticking to rudeness, slim can stick it to coolness, brolic youth will get ruthless, foolish will end up toothless, I slide through, die when I'm lied to, lay down, been dead, no salute, no crowns, right? They yelling hurry up and buy, open your mouth and shut your eyes, and no one even acts surprised no more.